Hello everyone, in this video I am going to solve this circuit using the mesh method. So what is the first procedure? We have to draw the current flowing inside the loop in clockwise direction. So I am going to draw the current flowing in this loop in clockwise direction, that is I1, and then in this loop as I2. So now we are going to take as loop 1. Consider this as a loop 1. It is A, B, E, F, A. So when you are writing the equation for the loop 1, first we have to write the EM, that is according to KVL, total sum of the EMF will be equal to sum of the voltage drop. So first let me write the equation for the terms for this voltage drop. Here two resistance are there, that is two circuit elements. So the current flowing through this 3 ohms is I1. So the voltage drop across this 3 ohms we can write as 3I1, and then the voltage drop across 2 ohms is 2 into I1 minus I2, because in the circuit element two currents are flowing. So the voltage drop across 2 ohms will be 2 into I1 minus I2. So in this circuit is not complete. We are having the voltage source, that is EMF. So we are moving in the clockwise direction. So we will be moving from positive to negative to positive. So we will write as 35. So when we are rewriting this equation, we will get 3I1 plus 2I1 minus, I am multiplying this 2 inside this bracket, it's 2I2 equal to 35. So I am just adding up these two terms since they are having same I1 term. 3I1 plus 2I1 will become 5I1 minus 2I2 equal to 35. So let me make this one as a first equation. Next I am going to write the equation for loop 2. So consider this one as a loop 2, that is B, C, D, E, B. So from B to C we are having 4 ohms. 4 ohms is having the it is a circuit element. Inside that it is I2 is the current flowing inside 4 ohms. So the voltage drop across 4 ohms we can write as 4I2. So first leave this EMF, at last we can write, and then while coming to this branch ED there is no circuit element, and then now we are going from here to here, that is E to B. We are having one more circuit element, that is 2 ohms. Again in 2 ohms two currents are flowing, that is I2 and I1. Since we are considering the loop 2, we have to write the equation in favor of I2. So I2 minus I1, which will be equal to, now we have to write the term for this voltage drop, that is EMF. Since we are moving in this clockwise direction, when we are moving in the clockwise direction we are flowing from positive to negative. So there is a decrease in potential, we have to write the value in negative, that is minus 40. So rewriting this equation, 4I2 plus 2I2 minus 2I1 equal to minus 40. Now we are going to add the same terms together. So I am writing the I1 term in the first as first, 2I1. Since I1 is I am writing here as first one, so I am writing the same I1 here as a first one, and then I2 as a second term. Since two I2 terms are there, I am just adding up. So 4 plus 2, it will become 6I2 will equal to minus 40. This is my second equation. So I am going to write these two equations in matrix format. So 5 minus 2 minus 2, 6, I1 I2, which will be equal to 35 minus 40. So when we arrive at this matrix equation, we can check whether the equation which we have got as a correct one or not using one method. This method is used to check whether the matrix which you have got after finding this equation is correct or not. So I will tell you how. So here R11 refers to the total resistance which is present in the first loop. That is R11 means total resistance present in the first loop. What is the total resistance? Just ignore this loop. Consider only this loop. So what is the total resistance present in this loop? That is 3 ohms and 2 ohms. So adding these two resistance, you will get 5 ohms. So that is what you got here, 5 ohms. So next is R12. So we have to write this R12 in terms of in negative term. That is R12 means the resistance common to loop 1 and loop 2. Here in this circuit, which resistance is common to loop 1 and loop 2? 3 ohm? No. 3 ohm is common to only loop 1. 4 ohm is common only to loop 2. But 2 ohms is common to both loop 1 as well as loop 2. So we can write 2 ohms, but we have to write in terms of negative. So that's what we got. So this one is also correct. Next is R21. R2 means same. The resistance which is common to loop 2 and loop 1. So 2 ohms, here also same resistance only will be considered. 2 ohms is the only resistance which is common to loop 2 and loop 1. That term also should be written in negative. So here we got as negative. Next is R22. R22 means the resistances, that is total resistances in loop 2. That is, ignore this loop, consider only this loop 2. So the total resistance inside this loop 2 is 4 ohms plus 2 ohms, that is 6 ohms. So that's what we got here, 6 ohm. So after arriving at this matrix equation, this will help you to find out the total whether the matrix equation which we have arrived is correct or not. Okay, I will write this is the matrix equation for 2 cross 2. This is a 2 cross 2 matrix where for 2 loops you will get 2 cross 2 matrix. Suppose if there is 3 loops, in your circuit, then you will be getting 3 cross 3 matrix. I will tell you what is the answer for that. So if it is a 3 cross 3 matrix, this is the, if the circuit has 3 loops, then this is the 3 cross 3 matrix you will obtain at the last. That means only the common resistance will be having the negative term, but the total resistance inside a single loop will be having positive terms. So this is the matrix format for 3 loops. Okay, now we will solve this equation. While we are solving this equation, we will be finding the determinant, right? You remember? So determinant will be equal to 5 minus 2 minus 2 6. So the determinant of this matrix is 6 5s are 30 minus 2 into minus 2 will become plus 4, right? So 30 minus 4 will become 26, and then del 1 will be, we will be replacing this first column using this matrix, that is 35 minus 40. This first column should be replaced with this E values, minus 2 6. So you will be getting 210 minus 80. So 35 into 6 will become 210. So minus 4 2s are 8, that is 80 will become 130. Again del 2, for finding del 2 we have to replace this second column using these values. So 5 minus 2, 35 minus 40 will become 5 4s are 20, that is 200, minus 200 minus 35 into 2, it will become 70, that is minus 70. So minus into minus it will become plus. So plus 70, which will become minus 130. So now we have to find out the value for I1. So for finding value of I1, we have to divide del 1 divided by del, which is 130 divided by 26. So which is equal to 5 amps, and then I2 will be equal to del 2 divided by del, which is equal to minus 130 divided by 26. So you will get minus 5 amps. So you will get minus 5 amps. See, you are getting the answer in minus. So I have already told you in the previous video, if you are getting the current value in a negative, then the direction which you have taken in the circuit initially is a wrong one. So you have to change the direction in the opposite direction. So already we have taken the direction in clockwise direction. We are getting the answer of for the I2 is a minus 1. So we have to, so the I2 direction will be in clockwise direction. That is I2 equal to 5 amps in anti-clockwise. Okay. So the question they have asked is calculate the current in each branch. So I already told you branch means the circuit element, single circuit element will comprise of branch. Here AB is one branch, BC is one branch and BE in one branch. So the current flowing through AB, that is 3 ohms. Will be equal to I1. So we have got the answer for I1 as 5 amps. Next, the current flowing through, that is 4 amps. 4 amps will be equal to I2. So we got the answer as I2 answer is 5 amps. That is in anti-clockwise direction. Then the current flowing through 2 amps. So the current flowing through 2 amps will be two currents, that is I1 and I2. Here the I1 direction is clockwise direction, whereas I2 direction we have finally arrived at anti-clockwise direction. So the current flowing to 2 ohms will be the addition of I1 and I2. Am I right? See, this is your 2 ohms resistor. I1 direction is in clockwise direction. I2 direction we have taken the clockwise direction, but finally the direction has been changed. So it will be in anti-clockwise direction. So the two currents are flowing in the same direction. So the current flowing through the 2 ohms will be the addition of I1 and I2. So the current flowing through 2 ohms equal to I1 plus I2, which is 10 amps. I hope you understood the problem. Thank you.